Let's talk about tariffs. A word that usually makes eyes glaze over, but stick with me. Tariffs might sound like something only economists care about, but they have a way of sneaking into your daily life, whether you realize it or not. A tariff is a tax on imports. It's a fee the government charges when goods cross the border into the country. Think of it as a toll booth for products coming from abroad. Imagine ordering a toaster from Germany and the government tacks on an extra 25%. Suddenly your affordable European gadget isn't such a bargain anymore. That extra cost doesn't just disappear, it usually gets passed on to you, the shopper. The idea? Make foreign goods pricier so you'll buy American. It's a way to nudge you toward products made closer to home, supporting local factories and workers. Enter Donald Trump. He looked at global trade and declared, "We're being ripped off." He made tariffs a headline issue, promising to shake up the system and put America first. He slapped tariffs on everything from steel to electronics, especially from China. Billions of dollars worth of goods were suddenly more expensive overnight. The goal? Bring jobs back and punish unfair trading partners. It was about protecting American industries that had been struggling for years. But this wasn't just a DC debate. These tariffs had real consequences. They rippled out from the halls of Congress to factories, stores, and homes across the country. Suddenly, car makers in Michigan and tech companies in California saw their costs skyrocket. Supply chains got tangled, and companies scrambled to adapt. Businesses big and small faced chaos and unpredictability. Some struggled to find new suppliers, while others worried about losing customers to higher prices. It was a trade war, and there were casualties. Some companies closed their doors, while others laid off workers or moved operations overseas. But what if one of those casualties was a giant? What if the pressure forced a corporate behemoth to make an unthinkable move? Imagine the shockwaves if a company everyone relies on decided to walk away. We're talking about Amazon, the company that knows what you want before you do. It's woven into the fabric of daily life, delivering everything from groceries to gadgets at lightning speed. What if tariffs didn't just annoy Amazon, but actually drove them away? What if the world's most relentless retailer decided the US market was just too tough to crack? That's the heart of our thought experiment. Could tariffs really push a titan like Amazon to the edge? What would that mean for shoppers, workers, and the entire economy? Let's see what happens when the world's biggest retailer is pushed to the brink, and what it reveals about the true power of tariffs. To truly grasp the impact of Amazon leaving, you need to understand just how deeply it's woven into the fabric of American life. For many, Amazon isn't just a website or an app, it's a daily habit. A convenience that's become almost invisible because it's everywhere. Amazon isn't just a company, it's a utility as essential as electricity or running water for millions of people. Its presence is so constant that it's easy to forget how much we rely on it. It started as a humble online bookstore, but now it's where you buy everything: gifts, groceries, movies, even cloud servers. From last-minute birthday presents to weekly essentials, Amazon is the go-to for almost anything you can imagine. By 2025, it had become one of the largest private employers in the US, second only to Walmart. Its workforce spans from warehouse workers to software engineers, all powering the machine behind the scenes. Fulfillment centers, delivery drivers, engineers. Amazon is the economic backbone in many towns, providing stable jobs and opportunities where few existed before. Its presence can revive a struggling community, bringing new life to small towns. But its absence could devastate local economies, leaving empty buildings and lost hope in its wake. Beyond direct jobs, Amazon created an entire ecosystem. Small businesses, side hustles, and entrepreneurs all depended on its marketplace to reach customers they could never find on their own. For a fee, of course. But for many, that fee was the price of entry to a global marketplace, a ticket to a new way of doing business. Amazon's logistics network rivals FedEx and UPS, moving millions of packages every day with astonishing speed and efficiency. It's a Hollywood studio, a grocery chain, and the backbone of the internet through AWS. Its reach extends from your living room to the cloud that powers your favorite apps. It's a lender, a publisher, a gadget maker, and a silent partner in countless aspects of modern life. Suggesting Amazon could just leave sounds absurd, like the sun taking a sick day, or the internet suddenly vanishing. It's almost unthinkable. But relentless tariff pressure is about to make the unthinkable happen. Global tensions and economic shifts are forcing Amazon to make choices no one saw coming. Imagine the ripple effect if Amazon vanished overnight, the everything store, gone. The shockwaves would touch every corner of society, from families to businesses to entire towns. That's the scenario we're exploring. What happens when the everything store disappears from everyone's life? How does a tariff poke a giant like Amazon? You might think a company this big is untouchable, but even the largest corporations have weak spots. Tariffs are like a well-aimed pebble at a giant's knee, small, but surprisingly effective. It's all about the supply chain. Every product you see on Amazon's site has a journey, often a long one, before it lands at your door. That journey is where tariffs strike. Amazon is global. Most products on its site, electronics, clothes, household goods, are made overseas. From factories in China to ports in Vietnam, Amazon's marketplace is powered by international trade. Tariffs hit them right in the wallet. Suddenly the cost to bring in those goods jumps, squeezing profits and forcing tough choices. A 25% tariff on electronics from China means every Echo Dot, Kindle, and Ring camera costs more. It's not just a few cents, these increases add up fast, especially when you're selling millions. Amazon can eat the cost and lose profits or pass it to you, making that $50 speaker $62.50. Either way, someone pays the price, and it ripples through the entire system. Multiply that across millions of products, and Amazon's low-price promise is threatened. Suddenly, the everything store isn't quite as affordable. It's not just Amazon's own products. Thousands of third-party sellers are hit too. These small businesses rely on Amazon's platform to reach customers, but tariffs squeeze their margins even tighter. Small businesses importing goods see costs rise, sales drop, and everyone suffers. For many, it's the difference between staying afloat and shutting down. Tariffs turn Amazon's endless marketplace into a massive vulnerability. What once seemed unstoppable now faces real obstacles. For a company built on efficiency, tariffs are sand in the gears. They slow everything down, making it harder to deliver on promises. It's like racing Formula One with speed bumps thrown in. The smooth ride is gone, and every bump costs time and money. Eventually, Amazon has to ask, how much pain is too much? Is this race worth running, or is it time to change course? The news broke with a blunt press release. Amazon to wind down US e-commerce operations. The reason? Unpredictable regulations and insurmountable supply chain costs from tariffs. The unthinkable became reality. Markets panicked. The Dow plunged. Amazon's stock cratered, dragging others down. The government accused Amazon of blackmail, but the damage was done. Amazon's plan stopped US orders in 90 days, shutter fulfillment centers in 6 months, spin off digital services. Only AWS would remain barely. For Americans, the message was clear: the everything store was closing. Public reaction was chaos, anger, fear, confusion. Was this the loss of a beloved service or freedom from a monopoly? It was both. The convenience everyone took for granted was vanishing. The economic hole left behind was terrifying. The familiar Amazon box would soon disappear from doorsteps. No one knew what would come next. The most immediate impact? Jobs. Over 1 million gone. Fulfillment center workers, delivery drivers, truckers, pilots, construction crews, all out of work. Towns once revived by Amazon now faced mass unemployment. The ripple spread. Small businesses relying on Amazon Marketplace lost their main revenue stream. Entrepreneurs with warehouses full of inventory were suddenly stranded. Multiply that story by hundreds of thousands. Carnage. Local diners, real estate agents, and city budgets all took hits. The economic ripple wasn't a pebble in a pond, it was a meteor strike. Tax revenue vanished, forcing layoffs of teachers and firefighters. The crater of unemployment and despair would take years to fill. The loss was personal, not just statistical. The Amazon exit was an economic disaster on a national scale. For shoppers, Amazon's exit felt like time travel, back to the days before 2-day shipping. No more instant gratification. People had to plan, drive to stores, and hope items were in stock. Other retailers like Walmart and Target were overwhelmed. Websites crashed, shelves emptied. Their logistics couldn't match Amazon's scale. Prices crept up. Without Amazon's competition, discounts faded. Surviving online sellers scrambled to new platforms, but shipping was slower and prices higher. For rural and low-income Americans, the loss was devastating. Fewer choices, higher costs. The smiling Amazon box was gone, replaced by inconvenience and frustration. The economic divide widened. The era of effortless shopping was over. For small businesses, Amazon's exit was an extinction event. Entrepreneurs who built their lives around the marketplace lost everything overnight. Sellers rushed to eBay, Walmart, Shopify, but those platforms couldn't handle the flood. Orders plummeted, inventory piled up, loans came due, bankruptcies soared, local jobs vanished. The crisis exposed the risk of relying on one giant platform. Businesses realized they never truly owned their customers. Amazon did. When the landlord closed the digital mall, everyone was evicted. The lesson: putting all your eggs in one basket is dangerous. Economists talked about a $13 billion fallout, but what does that mean? It's not just a number, it's lost wages, lost business, and lost tax revenue every month. Over 1 million jobs gone means billions in paychecks not spent at local stores. The negative ripple spreads. Coffee shops, gyms, and theaters lose customers. Small sellers stop buying supplies, shipping, and ads, hurting other industries. The postal service and packaging companies lose business. Tax revenue dries up, forcing governments to cut services or raise taxes. Even if you never shopped on Amazon, you feel the impact. The economic wound gets deeper every month. The fallout isn't abstract, it's real, and it hits everyone. The loss of Amazon reshapes the entire economy. So what's the lesson here? Tariffs are a blunt tool, meant to protect jobs, but often causing collateral damage. In trying to punish foreign competitors, we punished American consumers, workers, and small businesses. Even giants like Amazon have breaking points. Disrupt their supply chain, and they can collapse. Our economy's interconnectedness is both its strength and its vulnerability. We let one company become the central nervous system of retail. The Amazon exit shows the risk of concentrating so much power in one place. Political decisions can have devastating, unexpected consequences. We must ask, do we want an economy that's resilient or just efficient? The policies we choose have real-world impacts, sometimes unthinkable ones. The story of tariffs and Amazon's exit is a warning. Be careful what you break because you might not be able to fix it.